Hello and welcome back to Grab Her by the Mic, the podcast for women who are trying to have their lives together, but mostly just have opinions, group chats, and emotional support beverages. Today's episode is honestly a journey.
Okay.
Because this week we are covering everything from witchcraft and ancient rituals to the science of girls' nights and why they are medically necessary, bike riding, wedding chaos, vehicular abandonment, and ongoing stomach drama because apparently parenting comes with surprise medical plot lines. And somehow, we are also discussing nail inspiration for 2026 because personal growth takes many forms. So if that sounds chaotic, you are correct. Let's get into it. It's time for recap and rosé. Let's pour a glass of wine, spill about our weeks, and unpack whatever chaos we've survived since the last episode.
It's recap and rosé, the part where they relive their week like it was national news.
But firstly, what are we drinking? This is I think this is the last bottle of my trauma wine collection.
Oh.
Let me just have a wee look at this one. It's called La Petite Planche Rosé 2024. It has fruit and floral notes. Elegance, freshness, and crispness are the three words that characterize at best this rosé. French and fruity with a good acidity, minerality, and length. That feeds into my hyperfix. Have you had a taste yet?
I haven't. I'm ready to do it with you like we are sommeliers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, ready? Fruity. I think it's quite sweet.
I'm mostly tasting toothpaste.
So because you just brushed your teeth?
Yeah, for the first time today, just for you. But just in case she wants to have a pash, I'm going to brush my teeth.
Yes, I feel honoured.
I think that's something I want to add to our deranged dictionary.
Yeah.
A horse bath.
Horse bath.
How would you define a horse bath?
Front and back. Maybe armpits too.
Tits, bits, and pits. Pits, bits, tits. Horse bath.
As little as possible, basically.
All right, so I'm going to go first for recap and rosé. So this week, I had a really good week.
Yay!
So we had a good midpoint of the week, which has pretty much been what my whole week has revolved around is this wedding we had on Wednesday.
Okay.
So this is a friend of my husband's from his cult or his gym that he goes to. Absolutely loves it. She's also very lovely. She is a professional photographer and lined up to take some photos for the podcast. So selfish. She had said, once the wedding's done, I'll be much more free. I'm like, honestly, bitch.
Be freer.
Be best. So yes, it was great. And my husband had said to me, I think he's grown a pair of balls recently, as has yours, I realized, over the past weekend.
What happened? You know what? I know something. Just wait.
Okay,
Yep.
I will wait. I can't wait. So yes, he'd said, look, it's my friend's wedding. If you are late, I am leaving without you. And then 2 days prior, are you ready? What are you wearing? 1 day prior, you better be ready. And I said, okay, bitch, like I will make sure I'm ready. I will go and buy all new clothes and dress and everything. So I've got it. So that's what I did. And I went to the outlets in Sydney. I picked up a beautiful Arge dress, bag, and sunglasses, which on second thought, everyone hates the sunglasses.
The sunglasses were meant to be at the same time as the rest of the outfit?
They weren't, but then I forgot to get a different pair, so they were. And I had to make the comment at the wedding being like, please just ignore the sunglasses. Everyone hates them and they're too loud for this black tie wedding.
Did you wear them?
I did. I wore them, but I mostly tried to squint.
What do you mean?
Like in the sun, like do not have to wear them. I tried to stay out of the sun. But you know what I'll say? Getting a new outfit, it makes you just feel so much better.
Oh, yeah.
So much more confident. I wasn't hot. I just felt really comfortable and it set the stage for the night. So my husband and I, we've never used to do this, but we just spent the whole night on the dance floor. I took off my stupid stiletto shoes that I had on and we just danced. And I have never jumped so much in life. I'm surprised that I didn't have another prolapse. Jump, 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 jump.
What were you jumping to?
I don't even know, but we were just dancing.
Aww.
And all of his gym friends were there, so he had a really good time, but not all of them were on the dance floor because they weren't drinking because they're all health conscious.
Oh.
Except for one, going to give her a shout out. I'm going to call her Kay.
K Money.
Kay Money, love it. She'll love that. Kay Money, shout out. Love spending time with you. Now following me on Instagram so we can be friends. The wedding was great. Something else that's been going on is Mabel has always had gut issues, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
She's had chronic constipation. When she was a newborn, I cut everything out of my diet to try to work out what was going on with her gut. She just didn't seem quite comfortable ever throughout her life. She's 4 now. And over the past month, she's been really complaining, my tummy sore, my tummy sore, my tummy sore. And I thought, oh, she's just saying that because she doesn't want to go to school. We're going over on our trip, still complaining. So today I thought, I'm going to take you to the doctor because she's going, have you booked my doctor's appointment? I want to go to the doctor. I want to see a girl doctor, blah, blah, blah. But I thought I want to get her tested for some allergies. Specifically, I think she might be celiac, potentially, based on what ChatGPT told me of the symptoms of sometimes celiac disease can present as constipation in younger kids, of her constantly being tired. She's always tired. She wakes up and she's tired 5 minutes later. She's got dark circles under her eyes. So I'm thinking, is she not absorbing her nutrients properly? The irritability, and people always going, oh, she's just her. That's how she is. She's just wild. She's reactionary. That could also tie in. That's also another symptom in kids and stuff like that. So I took her to the doctor. The doctor agreed 100%. We need to test her for that based on all of those things. Yeah. So I had a nice morning of getting her to poop in a cup and wee in a cup, and we'll have to go and get blood tests for the celiac one, but I think it'll be worth it. But that's a journey that we've had, ongoing gut issues, but kind of nice to have a direction finally. I think even for her, not understanding, because she is in pain, like she writhes around and she goes, I just have to sit until it passes. I always thought it might be gas, but she's saying it doesn't help. Oh, poor little thing. So I'm hoping that'll help make her feel a lot more comfortable. Have properly exercised this week. Yeah. Waiting for you to start again, but it's very difficult to walk.
Why?
It's just that thigh. Any thigh exercises, I drop it like it's hot and I stay down.
Is that from dancing on the dance floor?
I think it's a little bit of the dancing on the dance floor, but it's also just the proper eye focus on free weights and heavy weights, which is supposed to be good for women as they age and to reduce the chance of osteoarthritic issues. So I've been doing the heavy weights and also the cardio classes that go with them, that the ones that we used to do. And it's the first time since I started Wegovy that I've done it properly, really. So the first time in 4 or 5 months that I've done it properly. I've just had the motivation to do it.
That's good.
Fun. Yeah. We need to get back into our exercise.
I've been doing one on my own.
I am sure you have. It doesn't make you sad because you're not with me.
Yeah, it doesn't quite hit the same way.
You don't do enough Shavasana.
No. Corpse pose. Yep.
Went to work on Tuesday, got to the office in Sydney, about an hour and a half drive that morning, hit a bit of traffic, flat tire.
Oh, that damn car.
Yeah, flat tire. I mean, it gave me a warning and I was like, okay, calm down. Still drove on it to go and pick up the dress. Drove back, and James, my husband, because he gets the warnings on the app for the car.
It's communal?
Well, it's whoever has a key to the car. So James says, okay, make sure you get one of the fellas to look at it for you before you leave today. Mm-hmm. I didn't do that. I was the last person to leave the office. No men around.
Right.
Me and my flat tire. Pumped up the tires all by myself.
Wow.
And I felt...
Mask.
No, I just felt...
Independent woman.
Yeah, like Erin Brockovich.
I don't need no man.
Yeah, I don't need any man, no man, whatever. So I did that, got home. It seemed fine. James went to drive it. Flat. But like he said, he drove out of the driveway and it was 3 PSI and it should be 42. So he limps it down to a place so I can drive into Sydney. The rim is cracked again. So the whole wheel had to be taken off and sent away, and I have no car for a week.
No. Whose car have you got now?
I've got our other car. James has his parents' car.
Right. Fun.
So fun. Trixie really let me down. I named my car Trixie because it's the name of a famous prostitute from Deadwood.
Like it.
The last thing happened today. Cleaner comes today.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to shout out to our cleaner.
I said to Di I would give her a shout out.
Because she came into my house today and went, I started listening to your podcast.
Did she really today?
She did today.
Yeah.
She's like, so which is the first one? And I was showing her. And so she's listening. She says, it's funny. I said, pretty sure we've mentioned you a few times.
Yeah.
It gets more feral. But the funny thing was, she said she was cleaning your house today. Yeah. I don't know if she's told you this. And I said, I'll tell her on the podcast for a live reaction. Cleaning your house. Yeah. Bird flies in.
Oh, no.
While cleaning the house.
Oh, my God. No, I haven't heard this. Tell me.
Yes. She said she was going to tell you, but I'm glad she hasn't. She said, bird flies in. Coco freaks out. She's cleaning. Bird smashes into the window. Blood. And then it shits itself.
Oh, shit.
I said, you poor thing. Not only did a bird fly in, but then you had to clean up after it because you were there to clean the house. No, but she said it was flapping around the whole house. And whenever it would drop down and kind of have a rest, Coco will try to pick it up. And she goes, it banged into every window but the open one.
Great.
The big open one.
Because you know what Di and I discussed this morning? about signs of the universe. Woo-woo. We are woo-woo together.
Well, you'll like my hyperfix then.
Okay.
And she will like my hyperfix.
Okay.
I've got a woo-woo hyperfix
Well,
for you.
Di, this is for you, and I'm so sorry for the bird.
She says, I hope she doesn't find bird shit throughout the house. I hope I got it all.
Bird gate.
Thank you, Di, for being awesome. And
We love you.
like she just comes and then she leaves. She's like a magic cleaning fairy.
Yeah, she is. She's the best. She always just leaves me a cute little note going, "Hi, Philippa. Owing."
Oh, by the way, I found your whip.
Did she?
Okay, that's me done. How has your week been?
My week's been pretty good. I have to say, I've had a really, really nice week as well. Kept on my clean eating, feeling good.
Go, girl.
I know, I'm really shocked. Even Pat's coming up to me and asking me about ingredients. And he said, "Why'd you get this tuna? It looks like cat food," because it's like a rectangular.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like
Tin?
a proper one.
And I'm like, it actually just has olive oil and salt in it.
You can get that in the round tins, though.
No, it's oil blend. If you look closely,
Oh, she's done her research.
it's an oil blend, and you'll look that there's more vegetable oil than there is actual olive oil.
Bastards.
Yeah. So that's really good. I'm feeling really good. The fridge is full of beautiful looking yummy food. So I'm happy. I've been cooking some really nice meals. So I've been kicking goals with that.
There's nothing better than opening your fridge and it just looking like Yolanda Hadid's fridge.
Yes.
You know, remember she had that fridge that's not really a fridge, but it's like a pantry with a glass door, but it's cold. And it's just all beautiful produce.
Yeah.
Like how can a family of, it was like
Two?
two,
Three?
I think it was just her and David Foster at the time. I don't know if the
Yeah.
girls were there. Get through all that produce.
Yeah, no, it's totally. And Kris Jenner has a stage fridge too. And then she's got the quarters at the back where there's the actual production fridge that produces all the food for the household. But anyway, good eating. Fridge looks really good. Lots of healthy stuff in the fridge. A highlight of my week was that Hamish learned to ride a bike with no training wheels.
So proud.
All because I told him that your daughter Mabel could ride a bike with no training wheels.
Nothing like a little bit of competition.
Yeah. He was like, "Mum, I'm doing it." And I'm like, "Okay, mate." And he's like, "Well, what do I do?" And I'm like, So his father's kind of half broken trying to teach him to ride the
Paddy,
bike.
he's not broken anymore.
He's just a little stiff-legged. Like you can't run after a kid. Anyway, this kid just got on the bike, literally, took off, and he just did it. Literally got on and just started cycling.
So tell me, did he have training wheels beforehand?
Yep.
Before the training wheels, did he have a balance bike?
Never had a balance bike.
See,
He's had a scooter, but not a balance bike.
See, my thing with our kids is we never did the training wheels. We went from balance bike straight to normal bike, and that's why I thought they picked it up so quick.
Yeah.
But
okay.
clearly not. I think it's just kids are sponges.
They are. And the fear's not there. If the fear's not there, I reckon they're way better at just getting on the bike, so to speak, and just going. Anyway, that was so gorgeous to see, but we've got 100 Band-Aids.
Yeah, but that's not out of the norm for him.
No. Now he's trying to ram his sister with the bike and she's screaming and she's trying to do tricks with like no hands. And so I've really been enjoying sitting out front and watching them ride their bikes. I think I grew up being watched ride my bike. So it's a really nice full circle moment.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you have a bike?
Yeah.
So now the four of you can all go riding.
Paddy doesn't have a bike anymore.
Well, I don't have a bike. James has that, whatever he calls that bike with a massive wheels. But I'm getting a bike so that the
I've
four
got
of
a
us can go
Yeah.
riding. So Patty should get a bike.
Yeah, Paddy would be really keen on getting a bike. Well, Monday and Tuesday we're going to ride to school and ride home. That's the new thing.
That's very exciting for them. Those memories they're going to have.
Oh my God, it's been a bit chaotic, but we're really enjoying that moment. I've had a good week at work. I feel really lucky to sort of be in the Highlands. Like the weather this week's been good and just coming home and enjoying the afternoons, I think.
Yeah.
After being away on holidays, I feel like when the weather's cold and miserable, I kind of think, ugh. But anyway, I had a good week. Hamish has learned to ride the bike. The reason I think the boys are talking about us is also something I should mention, is that they're now texting about the podcast.
Okay, I did notice this. Yeah, so they started texting about us. James said that someone had come up to him at work or somewhere that Paddy knows from the footy club going, I've been listening and...
He went fishing, this guy. We should shout out to him, Max. Max listens to every episode.
Thank you, Max.
So Max
can have a lap dance.
I love that.
But not from me.
Not from me. From Paddy, like a rigid
Like a robot. Have you ever done the robot but lap dance version?
Yeah.
Remember when we were on the dance floor at the footy club and Paddy was in his wheelchair and he got mounted so many times.
And he was like doing like the rock forward
Love
in the
that.
wheelchair.
I've cherished that video.
So funny. that was a good night.
So they're texting about us.
They've been texting. So Max wrote into James and mentioned the podcast, and then Patty and Max went fishing. They got to fishing and Max says to Pat, so should we put the podcast on and listen to the girls? And Patty was like, absolutely not. Good week.
Good week. How's your fitness been?
Fitness has been good this week.
Mm-hmm.
I am struggling because with the whole teaching Hamish to ride a bike, I put a massive ice block on his leg, and we were standing in the bathroom and I was unwrapping it from the paper towel and he dropped the ice block straight on my last 3 toes. So I've got a big black.
So your balance is all over the shop.
Well, I just can't run or do anything on them. And
Sure. But you can lift weights.
I can lift weights.
Shavasana.
Because
I know you've been sending my husband some High Rocks reels.
Oh, yeah. So then.
Because I looked at him, he's like, it's not me. I'm not doing it. I said, I just love that you guys are getting along.
Yeah. I actually found a class for the kids to do CrossFit.
I'm sorry. A CrossFit class for the kids?
Yeah.
What's next? Pole dancing for kids?
No, well, possibly. So James and I were looking at what times that runs so that we could potentially take the kids to CrossFit.
I just love that you guys are getting along. That's all I ever wanted. It's just one step closer to my dream of us all living on a compound.
Yeah.
Sister wiving it up.
Multiple wives and
But having sex with no one.
But otherwise, great week. But you'll wait till I get to my
resolutions reality check. All right. Should we get into it then?
Yeah, because that's where I have to come clean.
Folks, these resolutions, embarrassing, 2 total disasters. It's time for resolutions reality check.
Welcome to Resolutions Reality Check, the segment where we check in on our goals for the year and see which ones survive contact with real life. I'll let you go first because you seem thirsty to do so. Go on then. Just a reminder of what we're doing. We are checking in on our overall goals, which we break down into micro goals. I think we were too drunk last episode to set a micro goal for you. But the rating scale, scientific scale of smug, which means you're killing it, delusional, which means you are not killing it. Honoured in theory means you mostly did it, like A for effort, or under investigation, which is I just don't even know I should even be trying anymore. And so your goal again overall was to grow. You had a micro goal 2 weeks ago now of setting alarms and focusing for half an hour a day, was it?
Yep.
And you got honoured in theory last week because although you did do it 3 times a week, you aggressively snoozed. Those alarms.
Yeah.
Did you have a micro goal for yourself this week? Because again, 500 roses deep and we did not get there.
So my micro goals this week was to create momentum in that growth. And I guess the momentum is that on a Monday, I do something, I do it on a Tuesday, I do it on a Wednesday.
Consistency and momentum. Okay.
And I feel like, I don't know if I can do this anymore.
So you under investigation?
I'm under investigation. And the reason I'm doing this is because I think in my head, and I've said this a couple of times, I go, do what I think's good enough, and then I'm done.
That's the whole reason why we're doing the accountability is because all of the studies showed that people will do it okay and then they tick it off or they fail and they go, just can't be bothered.
However, there's been some growth in that I haven't necessarily done what I said I was going to do, but I've done some really deep thinking and some planning.
Okay. Okay, go on.
And so that to me is like, have I set myself up for failure in saying every half an hour of every day, do I have to do this? Is my execution off because that's just an overkill? Am I better off pushing, executing? Push, ideas, planning, then executing. Am I trying to make it frequent so it makes me feel like I'm kicking the goal better? Should I pull it back?
I think you should pull it back. It's all about making them smaller. That's what the micro goals are about. And every time you set yourself a micro goal, I've gone, why don't you try this?
It's too much.
It's too much. I think like for me, my overall goal is to be happy. My first focus is on my sleep. And it's been 3 weeks of just trying to get into bed at a certain time.
Yeah.
Relieving that pressure that makes it impossible to win.
So I think what I'm going to do this week is say, okay, under investigation, however, I think I've got it in me to restructure.
Perfect.
And I'm going to go with planning Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, executing Thursday for outcome Friday. My focus next week is to plan the following week. So I want to start being a planner.
Welcome.
I want to start making myself accountable because I have routine in the day and I have routine in the afternoon in terms of my lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
But what I don't have routine in is creating routine. Yeah. And I know that sounds really like,
No, but it is. But it is.
so I can't grow if I don't give it airtime.
But you can't grow if you have no structure in place to allow you to grow.
And I need someone to give me, even if it's myself, something to focus on. So next week is about setting up the structure that will then be ongoing.
Would you like me to help you with that?
This is the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure am I better having someone help me in this or am I better figuring it out myself?
I mean, you could try both. You could try someone giving you a structure to follow. That's what life coaches do, right?
Yeah.
So people pay people literally to do that. I wouldn't make you pay me, but I'd be very good at it. You could try that. If that doesn't work, you could try it yourself.
But if it gives me instant gratification and instant feeling like I've grown, like I have really enjoyed focusing on food and my knowledge and things like that. I'm trying to grow in terms of my financial knowledge as well. So what I'm trying to do is educate myself.
Okay.
And that's where I feel like if I have the education, then I can actually make better choices.
I can suggest some places for you to start. There are a couple of different places that I listened to podcasts and I read a few books about investing and what you should focus on, and specifically for women of our age.
Patty and I are definitely always talking about creating a really good portfolio and an investment portfolio, but we're at this point now where we're kind of sitting pretty and we're kind of thinking, what's next? We don't have any goals. And I think to not have goals is where we need to kind of establish that, because then that gives us the direction, because otherwise we have no posts. Like,
see a financial advisor. They'll give you a whole statement of advice based on your current situation.
Well, see, we've got a financial advisor and we've put ourselves in a good position. It's just about now the next step. I guess that's just Patty and I being lazy. When it's not at the forefront, it doesn't seem immediate.
But then you run out of runway.
Yeah.
Especially with investment.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all very boring and adulty.
So your goal for next week is to set up some sort of structure for an ongoing success.
Yeah. And something that's achievable. Sometimes I think when I say micro goal, I think because it's small and it's a small goal, I feel like it needs to be done more often, when actually it just needs to be a small goal and done properly.
But small wins will give you the momentum slowly to make it sustainable throughout the year.
Yeah, and this is my thing. I just go in hot and be done all over.
But that's everyone's thing. That was the whole psychology behind resolutions and why we created this segment in the first place.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Well, let me know if you need any help with that structure, because obviously I love doing all of that stuff. What about your community goal, your podcast goal? Have you done anything on that?
See, that's another one. It's been a funny one in terms of outreach. And you and I'll know we've outreached to a few people and we're sort of getting
fuck all back.
Yeah, which is fine. I guess that just means we move and channel our energy somewhere else. But the community is talking back a little bit, which I'm loving.
That was my goal.
Yeah.
Yours was local community.
Yeah, so I'm getting talk back from, people who are listening. I'm getting mums at school. I'm getting, my family, my beautiful family friend Victoria commenting. She loves it. She's a real listener. Feels good.
Do you have a micro goal for next week for your podcast community?
I guess hopefully finding someone who can help us edit.
Yeah, I would really like us to find someone who can do a first round of editing so that I'm not spending 23 hours on a weekend editing this podcast. Victoria said, ugh, the bloody admin. It's about grey hair. Wait until you're 60 when all the hairy admin is a full-time job. It's all about plucking, shaving, smoothing, zapping, injecting, colouring, nipping, tucking, and that's just to look normal. And my drunk response was, but whose normal are we conforming to? I hate that I feel the pressure to nip, tuck, dye, pluck, etc., but I do, and I don't know where that pressure comes from. She did not respond.
It's all right. Yeah, she loves listening. She'll love that she's getting airtime. And Dad also loved that he got a shout out in the last episode. So people are listening, people are talking back, and I think, hey, any traction is good traction.
Yes, well, my mum hasn't mentioned anything about her shout out on the podcast, which is that she would murder you.
Murder me?
Yeah.
If I dyed your hair blonde?
Yeah.
What about if we did the Drew Barrymore grey?
I love that, but I think that'll be very intense.
Yeah, but you can do that.
We digress now. I'm going to go into my podcast goal because we just spoke about yours and creating community. Spoke about the community talking back, which is why I have rated my podcast goal of smug.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is your first smug.
This is my first smug because not only did I schedule all of the resolution reality checks like a responsible adult, I also scheduled the entire weeks of content like a highly organized chaos gremlin. So next week's micro goal is to just continue that momentum, that smug momentum, and stick to the schedule without immediately adding 17 new things to do.
Mm-hmm.
Checking in on my personal goal, it's all around sleep to hopefully make me happier overall. Rating myself honoured in theory, so not too bad. I technically met the micro goal by getting into bed by 10:30 twice a week this week, but I also had the 9:45 phones down policy, which continued to test my emotional resilience throughout the week. So 2 nights I was in bed successfully by 10:30. However, there was that last minute, do I read a book or do I scroll on my phone?
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time the phone won that mediation.
Yeah.
My next micro goal for next week is phone down by 9:45 for at least 3 nights per week. And I want it out of the bedroom so I no longer have the internal debate that lasts longer than my actual bedtime routine.
Yeah, good goal.
Good goal. Should we get into our hyperfix?
Let's do it.
Believe me, I know obsession, I invented it, but these two next level, it's the hyperfix.
Okay, it's time for the hyperfix. This is a part of the podcast where we each bring an obsession we absolutely should have moved on from by now.
I can go first.
Go, girl.
So I read a study this week. It grabbed me straight away because even though you and I didn't have a night out last weekend, we had a night together, if that makes sense. Wasn't it technically a girls' night out?
No, but I did lie down in the long grass of my backyard and see if I was invisible.
We laid on the trampoline. So what it clicked with me straight away when I saw this headline. And it basically read, women need a girls' night out every 22 days.
Science.
Not 30, not 21, but 22 days. And the reason that it says that this is a really, really big must for women is because it's time that we look into regulating ourselves in a holistic approach. So it was interesting that it says it's preventative maintenance, this night out, okay? So what we do is we go on this night out, and it could be that, it actually said in the study that the choice of drink is wine. Commonly, the most common drink on a night out that females have, they share wine.
Not poo jacuzzis.
And I thought, interesting, because that's talking my talk, our talk. It also said that it allows for the hormones to become back in balance. Now, not hormones in terms of tracking cycles, but hormones that basically every 4 weeks control your energy, your sensitivity, and your tolerance. So we all know when the burnout's real, our energy drops. When your husband says something the wrong way, you're either raging or you're crying.
You overreact to whatever's happening.
There's that real spike.
Because you're mostly dysregulated in your nervous system.
And then there's that tolerance that disappears. So your threshold, your fuse, things like that start to change. And what this does is we start to mildly crave this 1-to-1 or 1-to-5 night out with your girlfriend. But basically what it's saying is a female night out alone, the two of you drinking wine. Yes. And it's cathartic. It's an emotional reason that every woman should stop not planning it and start planning it. Stop thinking about doing it and actually do it. The study suggests that actually pre-booking them is a really healthy thing, because what that does for your mental alignment to that month or those 22 days is that you've got that. It's your back pocket. It's your ammo for the 22 days. So on the 21st day when you're thinking, I've had jack of these people, all you know is the following night, guess what? It's the girls' night out. It's a girls' dinner. It's a girls' coffee, whatever it might be. It might be an all-nighter.
Okay.
So the study reads a few things, and I wanted to say them because I thought it was really interesting. So we all know that there's no context, no softening, and no emotional customer when it comes to your mood. So by week 3, women also start forgetting who they are. At this point, you're the worker, you're a partner, you're a daughter, and you're still trying to be a functioning adult. But where is the version of you who laughs too loud and has opinions? The reason we do this is so that this girl that you know has the chance to reappear around a shared table with friends. So it's about finding yourself again.
Where you have no one else needing something from you.
Yeah, but you also have no memory of who that girl is because it feels so long ago that you got to sit around and be in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to remember we're mums that are raising kids for the first time. But that's the thing. We're still living our life for the first time. And so there's this hardness that we place on ourselves. The study goes on to say if you're going to skip these nights out, a couple of things are going to show up: irritability, emotional numbness, romanticizing quitting your life and moving to an overseas island alone. You start crying because your order was slightly wrong from McDonald's. So no, a girls' night isn't about wine or going out or posting photos. It's now about being witnessed, mirrored, and reminded that you are not insane.
Well, it's always almost being reminded or reminding yourself or reminding other people that you're your own entity. Because I find that in that setting, when you're, hanging out with a girlfriend, you don't have the label
No, that's
of employee, of mum, of wife, or whatever it might be. There's no label. You can just be who you are at your core if you have the right group of people around you. I think that's really important as well.
Yeah.
Where was the study from?
So this study comes from the National Library of Medicine.
Okay, so we are now, as women, officially told that medically speaking, we must see our girlfriends without our partner, without our children.
Yeah.
Once every 22 days.
The actual title of this study is called Thriving Together, the Benefits of Women's Social Ties for Physical, Psychological, and Relationship Health.
I 100% relate.
I know, I just went, I get that, and I can understand.
But that emotional numbness that you get when it has been long in the tooth if you've seen your girlfriends, and you're like, honestly, I want to be a hermit crab.
I don't want to get crabs.
I don't want to get crab. I mean, I don't know where that came from, but rightio.
Anyway, so I really related to that. And I know I'm not allowed to have two hyperfixes, but I just got a little micro one. So I have also been in my scrolling, come across the 2026 nail trends.
Okay, yep. Okay. This is another form of wellness.
Couple of things. Short nails are in.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, the long cat nails, they're kind of heading out in terms of their popularity and their trendiness. So first up, there's a couple of things you need to know about it. Nails this year are about being low key but luxe. There's your sheer blush and your milky nudes. They've kind of never really dated.
They've never left.
They've never left. They're giving that richer, glossier, effortless vibe. Like, I drink water. Old money, I drink water, and I mind my own business kind of nails. And then the cool tone greys.
Well, that was the colour of the year, was it not? Cloud something?
Yes, so that sort of thing. It's very calm, very chic. And what's something I quite like, which I almost got today, was the muted blue. So you're looking at yourself.
I'm sorry, did you go for a manicure today?
Yeah.
When I was trying to book us in for an earlier record.
Yeah, that's why I said I could get here earlier. I said to the lady, can I skip that and just...
Good girl. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So obviously cool tone greys and soft blues. And then you're looking at deep berries and your plum tones. So they're bold, they're more moody and sophisticated, but keeping them short is quite the...
Yeah, like a short, vampy colour.
Yeah. We spoke about the shape, which is your short mid-lengths and your softly rounders. So we're looking for practical and elegant very much this year.
So when you're wiping your child's ass, you don't worry about getting poo underneath your nails.
A couple of references and photos that I looked at show 2 or 3 things. Where we're looking at what we call the mirrored, the pearl, the iridescent shimmeries. They're called cat eye. It creates a reflection of a cat eye.
Yeah, okay,
I get
it. Yeah.
They're mirror. So you're looking at your mirrors and your chromes are quite cool if you're looking for more of a dopamine nail, dopamine hit nail, a bit more funky, spunky.
But we're not saying bright colours. We're just saying bright, chromatic.
And we're doing the effect of that colour. Very simple details. You're doing your micro French, so very, very thin micro French. You're not going for a white. You're going for like a muted brown.
Again, that just looks like shit underneath your nail to me. Like you've wiped your kid's bum and you forgot to wash your hands. Yeah, no, I'm not for that. I know it's a trend. I'm not for it. The grey nails, I'm sorry, you a corpse.
Oh, no.
Let's be practical here.
Yeah, it is practical. I love the muted craze. Again, micro French, muted colours. And if you're going to go for more of the out there, you're looking at your chromes, your cat eyes, and keeping that shape short and rounded and almond.
I just remember the judgment you gave me when I wanted to do like a fluoro pink on my nail for my trip. And
No, highlighter pink.
That is fluoro.
Fluoro is like fluoro, and then you went for a muted Hermes orange, which was Stornen.
Yeah, but it peeled off like 4 days later.
Did it?
I had to peel it off. You know when you're like, oh, shellac or whatever it is. I just don't have the resources at hand to take it off myself. So I'm going to peel it off and completely fuck my nails.
Yeah. Do not do that. Go and get someone to take them off.
Oh, with all the time and resources that I have.
Yeah.
No,
you just need to put acetone on it and soak it.
Okay.
Anyway, little side hyperfix.
My turn?
Go.
I'm quite excited about this hyperfix because I think you will definitely get with it. As you know, this week I went to a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful. It was emotional. It was perfect weather and apparently achieved via witchcraft and buried sausages.
Sorry?
Welcome to my hyperfix.
Wow.
So picture this. 2 days of absolute Southern Highlands weather chaos. Rain, grey skies. It was giving damp cardigan and seasonal depression energy. And then suddenly, wedding day happens and clear skies, hot sun, stunning outdoor ceremony, absolutely gorgeous, chef's kiss. Honestly, it was almost a little bit too hot, in my opinion. As you very well know, I don't fare well in what I'm going to call extreme weather conditions, which is pretty much just anything that's not 21 degrees. And then I will make everyone know about my discomfort.
I was going to say, it's very vocalized, your discomfort.
Very vocalized. And then, and I swear this sounds like a scripted moment from a rom-com written by a meteorologist, moments before the bridal party was due to walk down the aisle, a soft cloud layer appeared.
Yeah.
Perfect shade, cool breeze. Everyone was comfortable. Not a single person had to squint or slowly roast in formal wear during the ceremony. I leaned over to one of James's gym friends behind me and went, oh my God, like, isn't this insane? You could not ask for more perfect weather for an outdoor ceremony. And she casually said, oh yeah, well, the bride buried a sausage. I'm sorry, what?
I now know what you're talking about.
And then someone else said she also hired a witch to control the weather.
Mm-hmm.
And I laughed because of course I did. But then I stopped laughing because the change was a little bit too perfect, like suspiciously perfect. Like, am I witnessing ancient ritual success? Is science okay? Naturally, instead of enjoying the wedding like a normal, emotionally stable adult, I spent the rest of the night dancing barefoot and quietly reconsidering my entire belief system, while also trying to catch the eye of the bride so I could ask her about the witch, because naturally the whole day was about me. And by midweek, I was in deep research spiral because I thought this was just one bride being extra, but then I realized it's a whole cultural movement.
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently witchcraft, modern witchcraft, aesthetic witchcraft, TikTok witchcraft is having a massive moment right now. And once you look into it, it makes terrifying psychological sense. Because we are living in peak chaos. Everyone is overwhelmed. Everyone is burnt out. Nobody feels in control of anything in their lives. The economy, parenting, careers, relationships, whether your kid eats beige food again for the 14th night in a row. And rituals give us something extremely seductive.
Mm-hmm.
They give us the illusion of control without the responsibility of actually controlling anything. Manifestation is basically emotional insurance.
Oh, 100%.
And weddings? Weddings are like the Olympics of control issues.
Yeah.
High stakes, high pressure, uncontrollable variables, with the weather being the main villain. So hiring a witch becomes less about magic and more about emotional regulation disguised as spell casting.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I respect it.
Yes.
And culturally, we're in this era where people want spirituality, but without any religion.
Yeah.
Meaning without dogma, ritual without rules, energy language without commitment. Hello, Filzy, burning sage and charging crystals into the night. So you get this rise of soft witch energy, aesthetic spirituality, ritual as self-expression, and honestly, empowerment branding, especially for women. It's intention, agency, playful rebellion,
Mm-hmm.
powerful but also cute.
Yeah, totally.
And the internet loves it. The internet loves the paradox of, I don't believe in this, immediately followed by, but I fully believe in this, which was me, which is exactly where I live emotionally, curious but chaotic, skeptical but open. Because apparently brides are burying sausages, hiring spell casters, and outsourcing atmospheric conditions. And at some point I thought, are we missing a trick here? Should we hire one for the podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Which is exactly what I may or may not have done.
Stop it.
I reached out to the witch and I asked for a spell.
No. Did you really?
Because the bride said that this witch in particular has never gotten it wrong. And she's done celebrity weddings.
Oh, you have made all my dreams come true.
So in the interest of journalism and mild desperation, we've officially hired a witch to grow this podcast. I reached out to the witch that made the magical weather happen for my friend and said, hi, I would like a spell for podcast growth. Can you please give me your advice on what spell we will need? And I would love to know your process and how it all works.
Yeah.
She has not yet come back to me because I only reached out to her today because the bride came back to me today and gave me all the details.
Yep.
But I am very keen to try it.
So honestly, I could not be more excited.
I thought you would like that.
I cannot tell you how excited I am by it. It honestly makes my day.
I'm so excited.
Day, whatever.
Love it. So we'll see what comes back. Hopefully we can check in on the next episode. Hopefully a spell has been cast. And I want to see that cloud coverage right before the bride comes down energy for our podcast. I want to see us blow up.
So you thought it was almost like a flick switch kind of on the weather?
It literally, we had 2 days of storm and rain.
Yeah.
On the day of the wedding, it was hot and
Chronic,
clear.
It was really hot.
But it was really hot. And the ceremony, where the ceremony was, where we were sitting and where the aisle was in direct sunlight. So we're sitting there. Of course, I nabbed the only seat with any sort of shade because I'm a bitch. I was like, honestly, Grandma, move over.
You at the front row?
Pretty much.
It's like only family sit in the first 2 rows and there's one propped up.
Because I cannot deal with the heat. But then we're like, okay, we're coming. And then I can see the car pulls up. I can see the wedding planner run with, those Tide sticks when someone spilled something on a dress. So like running backstage or back to wherever the bride was.
Yeah.
And so I could tell the bride's about to come down. Clouds.
Fab.
Breeze. I could not be any more
eerie,
perfect.
But fabulously eerie.
I might be starting to collect crystals.
See?
Okay. Look, it's time for the side quest.
Okay.
These ladies cannot stay on topic for 5 seconds. This is the SideQuest.
It's time for the side quest, the less serious part of the podcast where one of us, usually me, brings a game. And by now the rosé has hit, so chaos is inevitable. So speaking of that wedding, I need to talk about the sausage situation.
Okay.
Because I'm sorry, we have to pause here. Burying the sausage?
So this was the instruction given from the
No,
witch?
this was 2 separate things she tried. She tried Etsy witch, she tried burying sausage. Apparently, 2 separate things.
Okay.
Burying the sausage absolutely sounds like something else. Can we just casually saying this phrase without acknowledging the chaos of it? I'm sorry, it sounds like a sex act. Imagine overhearing that completely out of context. What are you up to this weekend? Oh, just burying the sausage before the ceremony. Excuse me?
Which is what you did when you got told.
Pretty much what I did.
You were like, what?
But I couldn't stop talking about it the whole night. And at what point did wedding rituals become indistinguishable from euphemisms? Because I genuinely don't know anymore. Serious question for you.
Yeah.
If I told you I buried a sausage for good luck, would you know what I meant?
I've heard it before.
What would you assume I meant? If I said I'm burying the sausage for good luck, what would you think I meant?
Oh, I'd have all sorts of chronically inappropriate thoughts. Be thinking the worst. Something would be like happening.
Yes. Well, honestly, I thought we need to turn this into a game.
Of course. Oh, no.
Welcome to this week's side quest. Ritual, position, or chaos.
I love it.
Here's how it's going to work. I'm going to say a phrase and you have to decide whether it is a real spiritual or wedding ritual.
Yeah.
A deeply suspicious euphemism or a bedroom position.
Okay.
Or something I purely made up to psychologically destabilize you.
Okay. I love that one.
And once you guess, you have to tell me why and you
Okay.
have to believe it.
Okay, I've got to be convincing.
No hesitation, total commitment.
Okay.
And I just want to say to everyone listening, if you want to play along properly, I've actually made a downloadable game sheet. You can confuse your friends and emotionally destabilize your group chat too. And you'll find that in the show notes.
Perfect.
All right, ready? Ancient ritual, bedroom position, or something I completely made up. Round 1, bury the sausage.
It's real.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it though?
It's when the sausage is about burying. So sausages are made up of all the bad stuff from the abattoir. So we're getting rid of the bad energy, the bad moods, the bad weather. We're encasing it. Often things that are bad are men. Therefore, the sausage represents men.
Okay.
And we're going to bury it. And that's what I'm thinking. You're taking all the crap, you're putting it in a little casing, and it's going away. And we're going to bury it, and there it will stay.
You definitely said that with conviction.
Yep.
Apparently some brides bury a sausage, usually a raw sausage because they did wonder, in the ground at the wedding venue before the ceremony as a superstition to bring good weather. I don't know who started it. I don't know why it works, but based on my lived experience this week, the evidence is compelling. Next phrase, hand fasting.
Oh, wow. I'm going to go spiritual ritual.
What is it?
Hand fasting is about using time to not hold anything in your hand.
So your hand's hungry, it's fasting.
So your hand's hungry, it's fasting. It's doing the 16-8. And what it does is it allows you to reset. So therefore your body has time to heal. Because I often say to Maggie when her and I do meditation, your hands must be empty and they must be palms facing up. So I have some link to that.
Okay.
You made it up, didn't you?
No, it's a real pagan wedding ceremony tradition. It's an ancient pagan wedding ritual where the couple's hands are literally tied together with a ribbon or cord to symbolize binding their lives together. Very romantic, slightly hostage adjacent.
Yeah, little dominatrix as well.
Love it. Okay, next one. Jumping the broom.
I'm sorry?
Jumping the broom.
Bedroom.
What is it?
I just am imagining like a quick
transition between positions?
Yeah, quick transition. The broom is in flight, so it's a real quick maneuver, leg over, and we're on.
Okay. It is real, but it is a wedding ritual.
Oh my goodness.
It's a real wedding tradition where couples jump over a broom together to symbolize starting a new chapter. Meaningful, historical, and thankfully less confusing wording than burying the sausage, yet you still were confused.
So confused, but it's giving like Harry Potter Quidditch vibes, not pagan wedding.
It's not even a pagan wedding thing. It's just a wedding thing.
Oh, ew. What broom are you using?
Like the ones that we posed with, like the rake.
Like a good old garden broom.
Yep. Oh. Next round. Binding ceremony.
Oh, definitely. I'm going with wedding ritual.
What is it?
Oh, look, the word binding is not great.
It's not bondage, it's binding.
I feel like, again, maybe something is tied. There is a cloth placed over each other. Binding, intertwining.
I'm just thinking bedroom position when you say this.
No, I'm thinking binding seems like a very honourable word for a ceremony.
Okay.
The binding of two people.
It is real. It is a ritual, but it screams romantasy to me. Ritual, where people symbolically tie energy or intentions together, often used in weddings or protection spells.
I like that one.
Next one. Invoking the fire circle.
Sounds a little too bedroomy.
What is your guess?
Fire circle. I'm going to go bedroom, and my reason for that is that it's like some sort of hot and heavy moment in the bedroom, and we are
like a ring of fire arsehole
ring of
situation.
fire.
Is it anal sex?
No, it's like ha ha.
No, you can't continue to reference Betty White in this podcast.
No, I'm not. That's Nemo.
Oh.
You know the ring of fire.
Yes, I do. Okay. The answer? It's fake. It's entirely fictional, although if someone told me it was real, I would immediately accept it.
Me too. What'd you do last night? The ring of fire.
The ring of fire.
Moving on. Like a little cream or something from a doctor.
You definitely need some pseudo cream after that.
And an ice pack.
Next one. Moon water charging.
Oh no, I love it. It's everything I've ever heard. Honestly.
What is it?
It's real. The moon has such amazing powers so charged water from the moon, like it literally sparkles when it's charging. It sparkles, it's glittery. Now you tell me, someone who loves glitter, that doesn't give you.
I just know that when you did charge your crystal in the moon on our holiday, both dogs came home with paralysis tics. Yes, you are right. It is real. And I wrote here, it sounds right up your alley.
Yeah, it is up my alley. Yeah.
People leave water under moonlight, usually during a full moon, because they believe it absorbs energy for later use in rituals or intentions.
Which is why we charge our crystals in the moon.
Well,
the community, the charging crystals community. And also drinking moon water. If you're ever feeling like really flat, oh my gosh, I can just hear your thoughts right now. But if you're ever feeling like lackluster, having a glass of moon charged water is pretty
I'm moving on. I'm sorry.
Spectacular.
That's ridiculous. Next one, lighting the sacred flame.
I don't know. It sounds religious, so I'm going to go with ceremonial. Yeah, spiritual, ceremonial.
It's a bedroom act.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Is it got to do with candle wax and stuff?
Technically, it means lighting passion, like igniting passion or starting something passionate. But I'm sorry, the wording feels like an escape from a very dramatic romance novel. It's a euphemism versus a bedroom position.
Yeah. It's like Romeo and Juliet. Remember that scene in that movie where there's just all the candles everywhere? I think he dies at that.
That's when he dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's giving that vibe.
Giving that vibe. Moving on. Charging the wand.
Oh, what? What is the wand? Charge that wand. It's got to be in the bedroom.
What would it be in the bedroom?
It's a name for a vibrator, is
Love it? It is real.
Okay.
But it is a witchcraft phrase. But it also has extremely unsafe wording. It's a spiritual practice that basically means cleansing or energizing a ritual tool.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, the branding team absolutely failed.
Yeah, they got that one-liner very wrong.
Next one.
Okay.
Candle dressing.
Candle dressing?
Mm-hmm.
Gonna go with made up.
It's real.
Oh no.
It's witchcraft preparation.
Okay.
Basically means prepping a candle with oils or intentions before using it in a ritual. It's like skincare, but for your candle.
God, I can't afford that.
Okay, we're getting towards the pointy end. Grounding the energy.
Ritual.
What is it?
It's about finding the baseline and what you want, creating direction. Yeah.
Okay. It is real. It's a spiritual practice, but sounds like a therapy mixed with foreplay. Basically calming yourself down after an intense emotional or spiritual work.
Mm-hmm.
Like deep breathing, but with better PR.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Next one. Aligning the sacred pole.
No, you made that up.
Yeah, I completely made that up.
I just cannot.
Okay, ready? The last one. The Kundalini awakening.
Oh no, don't say that word again.
Kundalini.
No, you made it up.
Kundalini awakening.
No.
No, it's real.
No, it's not. You can't put that
It is
name
a tantric term.
Oh, yeah.
It's a spiritual concept where energy supposedly rises through your body, leading to awakening or transformation. But I'm sorry, the branding team did not consider how it sounds out loud.
Yeah, kind of
Cunnilingus. Kundalini.
Cunnilingus. Fellatio.
Just a reminder to everyone listening, if you want to test your own judgment, download the game sheet and let us know how chaotic your results are.
Yeah.
Should we get into the weekly manifest?
Let's do it.
Did you like that game?
I loved it. I honestly, there's a few that I thought, she's made this up, but
There's not many I made up.
that's pretty good.
Hmm.
I can't wait to hear what this witch has to say.
Weekly manifest. Great. They're doing motivational speeches yet again.
It's time for our weekly manifest, where we confidently ask the universe for things we probably should have planned for.
Drum roll.
This week, we will manifest perfect weather, good guts, cars that can complete the journey, and girls' nights as a recognised medical treatment.
Mm-hmm.
May our energy be aligned, our boundaries be strong, and our lives feel suspiciously like a spell that has been cast. Chaos well managed, spicy brains protected, outcomes inevitable. And that's it from us from this week. Thanks for coming along for the chaos. Just another reminder that if you laughed, learned something, or just felt slightly less alone in your own nonsense, hit follow, leave a review, tell your group chat. It generally helps us grow and keep our little podcast alive.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as always, we will see you next Tuesday.
Chaos Correctional. We have a situation, a very serious situation. They were wrong. Again.
Hello and welcome to Chaos Correctional, where confidence meets fact-checking, and fact-checking usually wins. Because apparently when you put two women, microphones and rosé together, facts occasionally become confident vibes. So here are the things we mentioned this week that need a little dose of reality, or at least some fleshing out. Okay, first, celiac symptoms in kids. Because this came up and honestly, it's worth clarifying. Celiac disease is an autoimmune condition where gluten causes damage to the small intestine, which means nutrients aren't absorbed properly. And here's the important part. It doesn't always look like obvious digestive problems. Yes, stomach pain, bloating, constipation, or diarrhea can happen, but some of the more subtle signs in kids include fatigue or low energy, irritability or emotional changes, dark circles or looking constantly tired, slow growth or trouble gaining weight, and iron deficiency or recurring mouth ulcers. So if you're thinking that doesn't sound like classic tummy troubles, you could be right. Celiac can be sneaky, which is why it's often missed. Next up, are free weights actually the best exercise option for women as we age? Short answer, strength training is extremely beneficial, but free weights themselves are not magically superior. Resistance training in general helps maintain muscle mass, support bone density, improve balance and reduce falls, and support metabolism and overall health. Free weights can be great because they encourage functional movement and coordination, but machines, bands, or bodyweight training can deliver similar benefits. So the real answer is strength training equals yes. Whatever you'll actually stick with equals best. Now, Trixie from Deadwood. She feels like a real historical figure, but she's actually fictional. The character is inspired by real frontier-era sex workers and historical context, but she isn't a documented person from history. She's a composite character, which is why she feels authentic, but isn't tied to one real individual. So yes, historically grounded, but not historically real. And finally, Pantone Colour of the Year. In 2025, the colour was Mocha Mousse, a warm chocolatey brown, not grey. I don't know why I thought it was grey. However, there was a grey. Pantone chose Ultimate Grey back in 2021. So technically my brain was referencing real information, just 4 years late, which honestly feels on brand for me. And that concludes this week's Chaos Correctional, where we learn, we grow, and occasionally discover that our memories are simply creative interpretations of reality. If you love a good fact check as much as we love a good spiral, make sure you follow, like, and subscribe. All the things that help more chaotic brains find us. And if any of that was incorrect, please direct all complaints to our new Etsy witch. As always, see you next Tuesday.